All right, so you want to reach financial freedom, and you want to do it faster.
Who doesn't?
Exactly. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into financial freedom, strategies to get there faster. We're going to uncover some seriously insightful tools and tactics to break free from that 9 to 5, chase your passions, and really have your money work for you.
That's the dream, isn't it?
It definitely is. And this source we're looking at, it doesn't just offer those same old generic tips.
Right.
It gets into the nitty-gritty, the specific strategies that can really, like, turbocharge your journey to financial freedom.
It really does. One of the things that struck me right away was how it tackles the concept of debt.
Oh, debt. I think we all have a bit of a love-hate relationship with that one.
For sure. But the book makes a really interesting point. It argues that not all debt is created equal.
Oh, okay. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Not necessarily. There's actually something called good debt that can help you build wealth faster.
Okay, wait, hold on. Good debt. So not all debt is bad. I think most of us have heard these terms before, like good debt and bad debt.
Right.
But honestly, what truly makes them different, especially in the context of reaching financial freedom, like faster.
Yeah, that's the key. Right.
Yeah.
So the book, it uses this really cool analogy. It compares taking on good debt to investing in a high-growth startup.
Oh, okay.
You know, you're taking a calculated risk
Okay.
with the hope of a big payoff down the line.
I like that.
Think of something like a mortgage on a rental property.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a huge chunk of debt, no doubt.
It is.
But it has the potential to generate passive income and appreciate in value over time.
Okay. So a mortgage on a rental property could be considered good debt.
Right.
What would be an example of like bad debt, something we should try to run away from?
The book points to credit card debt as the classic example of bad debt. It even compares it to throwing money into a black hole.
Oof, that's a scary thought.
I know, right? The high interest rates just eat away at your income and keep you stuck in that never-ending cycle of payments. And you don't really have any asset to show for it at the end.
Okay, so I'm starting to get the picture here. Being strategic about the kind of debt we take on is essential.
It is.
If we use debt to acquire income-generating assets or investments that, increase in value over time, it can actually help us get to financial freedom quicker.
Absolutely.
But if we fall into that trap of high-interest consumer debt, like credit cards, it's like we're slamming on the brakes.
Yeah, a hard stop. And this leads perfectly into another key point that the book emphasizes: budgeting.
Oh, budgeting. Not my favorite word, to be honest.
I get it, but think of it this way. The author doesn't frame budgeting as deprivation. It's more about taking control, aligning your spending with your big picture goals.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Taking control. But honestly, the word budget, it still kind of makes my eyes glaze over a little bit.
Yeah.
Does the source recommend any specific budgeting approach? Something that's really effective for reaching financial freedom quickly.
It does. There's a unique twist on the classic 50-30-20 rule.
Okay, I've heard of that rule.
Instead of just sticking to those percentages, the book encourages you to actually dig into your spending habits. Look back over the past few months and find areas where you can seriously cut back without impacting your quality of life. Then you take that freed up money and redirect it towards investments.
So it's like a laser-focused approach to budgeting, finding those sneaky little expenses that are draining your bank account and putting that money towards building wealth.
Precisely. It's all about being intentional, deliberate with every dollar you spend. And this aligns with the book's emphasis on shifting from a mindset of saving to a mindset of investing.
Okay, so I'm curious. Most financial advice, it always starts with saving.
Yeah.
Why does it advocate for jumping right into investing?
It all boils down to the power of compound interest. The book dives deep into it, even calling it the eighth wonder of the world, which I kind of love.
Gotcha.
It emphasizes that even if you're investing small amounts, but you do it consistently over time,
Right.
it can lead to exponential growth, like serious growth. The source even uses this really fascinating historical example about Benjamin Franklin
Oh, interesting.
and how he used compound interest to create a lasting legacy.
Now, that's a history lesson I can get behind.
Yeah.
But honestly, where do you even begin with investing? There are so many different options out there.
I know.
It can be overwhelming, especially when you're trying to reach financial freedom quickly.
Yeah, it can. But the book actually offers a surprisingly simple place to start. retirement accounts.
Okay.
It specifically recommends prioritizing Roth IRAs and employer-sponsored 401ks, especially if your employer offers matching contributions.
Oh, yes. Definitely take advantage of that if you can.
It really breaks down how these accounts offer tax advantages that can supercharge your growth over the long term.
So even if retirement feels like it's, way, way off in the distance,
Yeah.
starting early with these tax-advantaged accounts, it can really make a huge difference in the long run.
Huge.
It's like planting a seed for a giant financial tree. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of planting seeds, the book introduces another essential concept for reaching financial freedom faster: diversification.
Ah, yes, diversification. I've definitely heard it's important,
Right.
but I've never really understood why. Can you break it down, in a way that makes sense for someone who's really focused on achieving financial freedom quickly?
Sure. Imagine your investments as a team of athletes. You wouldn't want all of them playing the same sport, right?
That makes sense.
Because if that one sport, like total bombs, your entire team is out. Diversification is all about spreading your investments across different asset classes, things like stocks, bonds, real estate,
Okay.
and yes, even in cryptocurrencies.
Oh, interesting.
That way, if one of those asset classes takes a hit, your overall portfolio is much more resilient.
Okay. I'm starting to see how diversification can be a really powerful tool for, mitigating risk
It is.
and maximizing those returns. But wouldn't managing all those different investments be super time consuming?
It definitely can be a concern.
Yeah.
But the book addresses that directly. It provides a step-by-step guide on how to diversify effectively, starting with those low-cost index funds and ETFs that track the overall performance of markets. It even suggests exploring robo-advisors, which can basically automate that whole process for you. And this is where things get really interesting. The source actually delves into the world of cryptocurrencies.
Oh, crypto.
It acknowledges that they do have the potential to really accelerate wealth building.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
Right, but it also stresses that you need to be cautious, do your due diligence.
Yeah, that makes sense. Crypto seems like it could make you a fortune overnight, but it also feels super risky. How does the source suggest navigating, all that volatility?
They use this great analogy of a speedboat versus a cargo ship.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Cryptocurrencies, they're like speedboats, right? They can move fast, they have the potential for those rapid gains.
Right.
But they're also a lot more susceptible to sudden shifts in the market.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's not about avoiding crypto altogether, but more about being strategic about how you approach it.
Exactly. The source really emphasizes doing your research. You got to thoroughly understand the underlying technology, the market trends,
Right.
and of course the golden rule. Only invest what you can afford to lose. It even gives you a framework for evaluating different cryptocurrencies based on things like their use cases, the development team, the community support.
Okay, that's incredibly valuable. It sounds like the book is encouraging a balanced approach, acknowledging that potential for, huge growth,
Right.
but also urging caution, a deep understanding of the risks involved.
Precisely. And that balanced approach extends to another key strategy for reaching financial freedom faster: generating multiple income streams.
Ooh, multiple income streams. I love that idea. It's about having your money work harder for you.
It is. The book really highlights how relying solely on a single income source, it just limits your earning potential.
Right.
And it slows down that journey towards financial freedom. It encourages exploring side hustles, freelancing, online businesses, even passive income streams like creating and selling digital products or online courses.
It's like having multiple rivers flowing into your financial ocean.
I like that.
Even those small streams, they add up to a significant flow over time.
Absolutely.
But does the source actually suggest any specific strategies for developing these multiple income streams?
It does. It actually provides a framework for identifying your skills, your passions, your interests. Then it helps you brainstorm income-generating opportunities that align with those areas.
Oh, I like that. So it's really personalized.
It is. The book also encourages you to explore the gig economy, leveraging those online platforms to connect with clients, customers globally.
It really is all about taking control of your financial destiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Creating opportunities rather than just waiting for them.
Exactly. And this ties in perfectly with the next big topic that the source digs into: real estate investing.
Ooh, real estate. It always seems so complex, intimidating, to be honest. What are some key takeaways from the book on how real estate can help speed up the path to financial freedom?
Well, the book argues that real estate offers some unique advantages for building wealth.
Okay.
It highlights things like generating passive income through rental properties, benefiting from property appreciation, leveraging debt to acquire assets. There's even this fascinating case study in there about a young couple
Oh, cool.
who actually achieved financial independence in their third eyes using a combination of these strategies.
Wow, that's impressive. Okay, you mentioned leveraging debt. That's something we talked about earlier, good debt versus bad debt.
Right.
Can you elaborate a bit on how leverage works, especially in real estate?
Think about it like this. With a mortgage, you're basically controlling a valuable asset, the property,
Right.
with a relatively small down payment.
Right.
The bank is providing the bulk of the funds, allowing you to really amplify those returns.
So it's like using a small seed of capital to grow, a much larger financial tree.
Precisely. But like any powerful tool, leverage can be risky if you don't use it wisely.
Right. Yeah.
The source stresses the importance of understanding how the market works, conducting due diligence, and having that solid financial cushion to handle unexpected expenses, maybe some market fluctuations.
So real estate investing, it can be lucrative, but it sounds like you need to have the right mindset and you need to be ready to, learn the ropes.
Absolutely. And that brings us to a crucial aspect that the source really emphasizes: the often overlooked but equally important factors of mindset and lifestyle.
Oh, this is something I'm really interested in. We often get so caught up in the technical stuff, budgets, investments, income streams.
Right.
But what role do our mindset and lifestyle actually play in reaching financial freedom faster?
Well, the source argues that financial freedom, it's not just about numbers, it's about aligning your financial strategies with your values, making those conscious choices about how you want to live your life. It introduces this really interesting concept called lifestyle inflation, which is that tendency to spend more as your income grows.
Oh, I'm definitely guilty of that. You get a raise and suddenly you need that bigger apartment, a fancier car, those extravagant vacations.
It's a trap that's easy to fall into.
Yeah.
The book cautions against it, emphasizing that resisting lifestyle inflation can be a huge accelerator on the path to financial freedom. Instead of constantly expanding your wants to match your income, it encourages you to really define what truly matters to you.
So it's not about deprivation. It's about being intentional, focusing on what brings you genuine fulfillment.
Exactly. The book provides some practical tips for combating lifestyle inflation, like setting clear financial goals, tracking your spending, automating your savings, and surrounding yourself with a supportive community, people who share your values.
It's like having a roadmap and a cheerleading squad all rolled into one.
Exactly. And what's even more inspiring? The source doesn't just focus on that individual journey.
Yo.
It also explores the power of giving back and making a positive impact on the world.
Now that's something I'm excited to hear more about. How does giving back actually tie into achieving financial freedom faster?
Well, the book argues that when you align your financial goals with a sense of purpose, it can really fuel your motivation, accelerate your progress.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you're working towards something bigger than yourself, it gives you that extra boost of energy and determination.
Exactly. It provides some really inspiring examples of people who have used their wealth to support causes they're passionate about. Funding innovative startups, creating educational opportunities.
This is incredible. It really feels like financial freedom can be a catalyst for positive change. It's not just about accumulating wealth. It's about using it to make a difference.
Absolutely. And as we start wrapping up our deep dive into financial freedom, strategies to get there faster, I think it's important to remember that this is really just the beginning of your journey.
Start of the adventure.
Exactly. The real magic happens when you take these insights and apply them to your own life.
So for our listeners who are excited to start their own journey towards financial freedom, what are some key takeaways they can put into action, like right now?
I think the most important thing is to just take action.
Love that. Action is the bridge between knowledge and results. What are some specific steps our listeners can take today to get the ball rolling?
Well, start by defining what financial freedom actually means to you. What does it look like? Then create a plan to get there.
So it's about getting clear on the destination and mapping out the route. What are some essential tools for navigating this journey?
Well, the book really emphasizes the importance of budgeting, smart debt management, exploring those multiple income streams. It also highlights the power of investing early, investing consistently, and diversifying your portfolio to mitigate risk.
This has been such an inspiring conversation. We've uncovered so many valuable insights, strategies for achieving financial freedom faster. It really does feel like we've been given this treasure map, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's up to us to go explore and discover our own version of financial freedom.
That is a fantastic analogy because this source really highlights that financial freedom, it isn't a one-size-fits-all destination. It's more of a personalized journey, you know?
Right.
It requires some self-discovery, a willingness to adapt as you go.
So it's not just about following a set of rules. It's more about understanding the core principles and then applying them in a way that aligns with your own goals, your own values.
Exactly. The book even has a series of self-assessment exercises.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they can help you identify your financial strengths and weaknesses, really clarify your values, and define what financial freedom truly means to you.
That's so valuable. It's like having a personal financial coach,
Yeah.
guiding you step by step. But, achieving financial freedom, especially at a faster pace, it can be a bit daunting. How does the source address those fears, those doubts that might be holding people back?
Well, the book acknowledges that fear and uncertainty are a natural part of the process.
Right.
It really emphasizes the importance of developing a growth mindset.
Yeah, growth mindset. I've heard of that.
You embrace those challenges as opportunities for learning and growth.
So it's about reframing our perspective, right?
Yeah.
Looking at those setbacks as stepping stones, not roadblocks.
Exactly.
Does the source offer any practical tips for cultivating that growth mindset?
It does. It encourages you to seek out mentors, role models, maybe people who have already achieved financial success.
Right.
Learn from their experiences, surround yourself with a supportive community who shares your goals. It also talks about the power of visualization, creating a vivid picture in your mind of what you want your future to look like.
Oh, visualization. That's powerful. When we visualize our goals, they become more tangible, more real. It's like we're already planting those seeds of success,
It is.
But let's be realistic. There will be bumps along the way, right?
Of course.
Even with that growth mindset.
Yeah.
How does the source approach the importance of resilience, of perseverance,
Yeah.
on that journey towards financial freedom?
Well, there's this really captivating story in the book about a successful entrepreneur
Oh, cool.
who faced countless setbacks, rejections before finally achieving a major breakthrough.
Wow.
The message is don't view failure as an endpoint. See it as a learning experience.
So it's about embracing those ups and downs, understanding that setbacks don't define us. They're opportunities to grow, to learn, and to come back stronger.
Exactly. The book talks about celebrating those small wins along the way, practicing gratitude for what we already have, and staying focused on that long-term vision.
I love that. This has been such an empowering deep dive. We've explored so many practical strategies, those mindset shifts, inspiring stories, things that can help us achieve financial freedom and do it faster. But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you touched on earlier, the idea of aligning our financial goals with a sense of purpose.
Ah, yes, that's such a key theme throughout the book. It argues that financial freedom is not just about personal gain, it's about utilizing those resources to make a real impact on the world around us.
I love that idea. It's about seeing financial freedom as a tool to create a better future for ourselves, but also for others.
Absolutely. The book encourages us to find ways to give back, support causes we believe in, invest in businesses and initiatives that align with our values.
It's about recognizing that financial success isn't the finish line. It's actually a starting point for making a difference.
Exactly. It highlights so many examples of people who achieved financial freedom and then used those resources to create positive change.
This has been such an inspiring, insightful conversation. We've been given such a powerful set of tools, perspectives that can not only help us reach financial freedom faster, but also help us live more fulfilling, more purposeful lives.
Couldn't agree more. As we wrap up this deep dive, I encourage everyone listening to reflect on what really resonated with them today and take one small action today to move closer to those financial goals.
I love that call to action. Remember, even the smallest step in the right direction, it can create a ripple effect that leads to some really amazing results over time.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving towards the life you want, the life you deserve.
And remember, financial freedom, it's within your reach.